Come on, same shirt? Yes, period. Hey y'all, my name is Kiana. If you're new here and you don't know me, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a great one as well. This is part 4 of my Operation Varsity Blues-esque video, stealing the name, not the circumstances. This is the last part, and I thank y'all for sticking with me through all of these weeks. I don't know if anyone has been impacted in a positive way from this series by the time I'm recording it. I haven't even put it out yet. Only people that I really know about this is my closest friends and family. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has supported me on this journey. This isn't about JU. This problem didn't start in 1934 when Jacksonville University was founded. It's the fact that many of these predominantly white institutions, these PWIs, are systemically built not to support Black students. So that's the point of all this. With that being said, let's get into part 4. Let's get into it. In the last video, I ended with talking about Renew Arlington. And so that is where we will start today. So I'm going to read straight from the JU Renew Arlington webpage about what it is. At the request of Jackson University, the City of Jacksonville created a working group through the Office of Economic Development to develop a strategy to revitalize the Arlington area to create an environment that is welcoming, attractive, safe, and walkable for students and residents in this traditional community. This working group grew into the Renew Arlington initiative that entails a comprehensive review of transportation, public utilities, housing, lighting, land use and zoning issues, public safety, neighborhood retail, and infrastructure, including the development of near-term to long-term plan for transforming the community. Renew Arlington represents the commitment of the City of Jacksonville, Jackson University, community organizations, citizens, and other interested stakeholders to work collectively for the betterment of Arlington. When I read this, and I've read this many times and I read it to other people, all I saw was gentrification. I'm not saying no good will be done with this Renew Arlington initiative, but at its base, it reads gentrification. I read the CRA Redevelopment Plan for this project. It was formulated on October 16th, 2015. The initiative will affect University Boulevard, Merrill, and Arlington roads. Existing neighborhoods will predominantly contain the same configuration. However, aesthetic improvements and connectivity will be implemented. With all of this, the Community Redevelopment Act, Section 163.362 Florida Statutes 2012 states the Community Redevelopment Plan shall assure that there will be replacement housing for the relocation of persons temporarily or permanently displaced from housing facilities within the community redevelopment area. So you will displace them and put them where? This sounds like where you take a group of people who have been living and thriving or just living in an area and learned how to thrive in their own way, and you're going to put them all in one place. You're going to push them all in one place, and that's it. What were the conditions of that place look like? What in the Hunger Games is this? What are you doing? Like, what are we doing, yo? Like, when you do things like this, rent is going to it's going to raise. And these people who have been living in these areas for years, are they even going to be able to afford rent anymore? Are they even going to be able to afford to live in your community redevelopment area? Is that on your mind when you're doing things like this? What initiatives are actually there to help the people, not just to help the area, so that your university can look better to parents who come to orientation and be like, "Oh, girl, this don't look safe." How are you helping the people? Do you care about the people? On April 20th, 2021, I went to a Renew Arlington panel led by the JU chapter of Lead for America. The panelists included Karen Nasrallah, redevelopment manager at Jacksonville Economic Development Commission, Chester Akins, executive council assistant at the city of Jacksonville, who was there to represent council member Joyce Morgan, Matt Toohey, director, School of Aviation and Military Sciences, Davis College of Business at Jackson University, and Kalina Shirley, North Florida regional director of the Black Business Investment Fund. Karen Nasrallah and Matt Toohey were white people. Chester Akins, who grew up in Arlington, which he made very known, and Kalina Shirley were black people. We had a representation there, is what I'm trying to say. At this panel, I asked two questions. One question, the first question, was about the systems in place to minimize gentrification. That was my main priority. And Jesus, Lord our God. In the last video, I went on a rant about how I felt like the answers I've been getting to these questions were dumb. And I apologize. I shouldn't have said the answers were dumb. What I really meant is that they sounded ill-informed. They were incomplete answers to the questions I was asking. And this moment was one of those times. So when I asked the question about gentrification, Chester Akins and Karen Nasrallah talked about businesses. They talked about how there will be a multitude of businesses. That really doesn't have anything to do with gentrification. I understand that they meant that the people in those communities will have businesses, so there will be jobs, but that doesn't have anything to do with gentrification. Ill-informed. Matt Toohey said a bunch of nothing. He started with, I'm not the guy for this question, and that's a tough question. Which, okay, if you understand that you're not the guy for the question, don't answer the question. But he went on to say that during community meetings, people are there to listen to their opinions. Like, people are in place to listen to the citizens' opinions. That Renew Arlington is there to improve their lives, and that there is no way they can make everyone happy. What kind of answer is that? You're not there to make everyone happy. I'm not talking about people's happiness. I'm talking about people's livelihoods, their survival. What are you talking about? The only person who answered the question was Kalina Shirley, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, ma'am. She also said that there can't be any specific answer for that question at this point. There's no way to know if gentrification will take place. And while that answer isn't necessarily true, in my opinion, she was the only one that didn't try to use buzzwords to make me feel better. So I appreciate her for that a lot. The second question was about how this initiative is supposed to serve the black students, because in articles it said that they were taking out Upper Bound to push Renew Arlington, right? So it's supposed, in my mind, it's supposed to do the same thing with community engagement, black folk, low-income folk. It's supposed to give them the same kind of opportunities. The only one to answer this question was Matt Toohey. And if you knew, the first answer he gave was not promising for the first question. So I was already prepped for the second answer, because he's the only one that actually works at Jackson University. So he was the only one that, he actually was the guy for this answer, for this question this time. When I asked, he seemed to be shocked that I would even question that. He did his best to convince me that there is a diverse student body at JU, and JU serves its black community, as if I did not go there before. I look stressed because I can be totally wrong, but with the answers I've gotten, it does not look like, if Upper Bound was created or was introduced to Jacksonville University to do that community engagement, to help kids who were just disadvantaged, who just had unfortunate circumstances, if it was supposed to help those kids specifically and just be a guiding light for those kids, and JU's problem was that, oh, there wasn't enough community engagement from the students, it seems odd that their response to that is gentrification. I Girl, what? I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem. I'm not even gonna say it doesn't seem. I don't want to beat around the bush. It doesn't. It's not good. That is not a good response to, um, hey, we're gonna shut down this program because it's not really focusing in the areas that we wanted to focus on. If it was really truly about community engagement, they would do things for the community, not for their pockets. And if I'm wrong, if there are blind spots that I have, I'm willing to hear it. But based upon the research that I did, it doesn't seem like there's anything promising that may come from this. In terms of actually helping the children, the student, you're like, what are we like? What are we like? What are we doing? I am not a person that looks for problems. I am just a person that thinks critically and just be like, okay, this doesn't even seem like it's a good response. I don't know. I'm going to follow this more. I just wanted to show everyone what I found. I'm watching, and that may not mean much for a whole university child, but I'm rooting for the citizens at Arlington. If this turns out all the way right, more power to the JU in the city of Jacksonville. But if this turns all the way wrong, I will know, and I will be there to, I guess, to tell the story. Bye, y'all.